First, in the latest diplomatic spat between the world's two top economies, Beijing is accusing Washington of bullying. This after the US President Donald Trump gave the popular video app TikTok just 6 weeks to arrange the sale of its US operations to an American company. Well, President Trump added that his government wants a slice of the pie. Well, TikTok is under formal investigation on the grounds that it threatens US national security. Well, let's get more now from our international affairs editor, Sanam Chantier. Sanam, President Trump saying he's keen that the US government should benefit from the sale of the US arm of TikTok. Is that even feasible?
What Donald Trump has asked for here for the purchase of TikTok, as you mentioned, is a slice of the pie, a lot of money, and that's certainly unprecedented for a US president. This mounts to what we refer to as a finder's fee, and that's the kind of language that we often hear used in real estate, which is, of course, none other than the US president's language. It's certainly not for the federal government. It's also another example of Trump getting heavily involved in issues that don't really concern him: trade, commerce, investment. And so this is a far cry from what we've seen with previous US administrations. And there are really a colorful array of issues that are bringing up hurdles when it comes to this particular kind of language. Firstly, it's unethical. Secondly, experts are saying there's something rather archaic about this because, of course, taxation in medieval England, for instance, was a system of raising money for the expenses of the royalty or even the government. And, of course, there are what we refer to as the legal ramifications. Congress, in its history, has never authorized an executive branch official or even an agency to issue this approval in exchange for a slice of the pie. That's sort of tantamount to bribery, some may say. And even if they somehow manage to overcome these legal hurdles, there's a question of payment to the Treasury Department. This is a question that has come up again and again, and the White House hasn't been able to provide a response. Now, all of that said, let's say every single issue that I've just brought up is somehow overcome, then you have this question of the national security risk that US officials have brought up. There is concern that Beijing may try and exploit the data that it accesses within these apps. So then the question to Donald Trump and his administration would be, oh, so I see when money changes hands, it's okay. We don't really have these issues when it comes to national security. So as unpredictable as Donald Trump has always been, I think it may be a case, and I could be wrong, of course, of the White House having to very slowly walk back from this proposal as we've previously seen.
OK, and Sanam, what happens if the United States decides it's just going to ban TikTok altogether?
Very good question. I don't think we're quite there yet. It is likely, experts that I've been speaking to throughout the day, that the company will be able to cut some sort of a deal before the deadline that we've been talking about. And to do that, they will have to make really large, hefty concessions when it comes to oversight and, of course, transparency. And it's not just a case of hearing assurances from the company. We're talking about actual formal safeguards that will have to be implemented. Now, banning TikTok itself is not an easy feat in itself. Remember, that's exactly what China's done with various American social media platforms like Facebook, like Twitter, and certainly the US doesn't want to be criticized for censorship. So what they may have to do, on the other hand, is restrict or even prevent US companies from selling technology or providing services to TikTok. What impact will that have on users? Well, it'll probably be challenging for them to both install and update the app. Now, for now, options are on the table. We'll have to see which path the Donald Trump administration will take. The one thing that is certain for the time being is that we will be talking about this story for the weeks or even months to come, because we're talking about TikTok, a company whose value has been put at around $50 billion US. And of course, it has over 800 million active users monthly across the globe.
OK, well, thank you very much indeed for that update. France 24's international affairs editor, Sanam Chantier. Thank you.